Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video review. This time we have from Marvel Legends, the Avengers Infinity War first series with the Build-A-Figure being Thanos, Proxima Midnight. So this was definitely my figure that I was most anticipating in this wave for sure. I definitely didn't expect them to do any of the Black Order figures and was super pleased when they did show the first assortment and they showed the Proxima Midnight would be in it. I was very happy and very surprised as well. And she's not the only one that they're making, but hopefully at this point they'll make them all. That's what I'm really hoping for. But anyway, the package is very nice. They've gone with a purple color scheme on the sides, very similar to Guardians of the Galaxy. However, on the inside, they're doing a yellow color scheme. So it's kind of taking the outside of the package coloring from Guardians of the Galaxy and taking the inside color from X-Men. But it does work very nicely. You have the great Avengers Infinity War logo there, the Avengers logo inside, on the back picture of the figure, as well as the other figures in the assortment. And Thanos, I definitely need to complete the Thanos Build-A-Figure, that's for sure. Big Marvel villain fan, so I, of course, am really excited for the Thanos Build-A-Figure. At the moment, I did purchase Captain America's Iron Spider-Man, Proxima Midnight, and Taskmaster. I got them all at Toys R Us. They were doing buy one, get one 40% off, so I got them for a deal too. Basically, that averages out to $16 a figure, so can't beat that. Iron Man has no Build-A-Figure piece. Could care less about that figure. As far as Songbird, I don't want it all. The Serpent Society character, King Cobra, I believe is his name. I can take or leave him, but I'd prefer just to get the two arms at a decent price. So that's kind of my plan. We'll see. I might end up buying the last two comic figures, or I might just end up buying their Build-A-Figure pieces. Regardless, I will complete Thanos eventually. Now let's go over the actual figure here, Proxima Midnight. Out of the Black Order characters so far from what we've seen, she's probably the one that I'm least looking forward to. And then she does seem to be the main one in the film. She's the one that's getting the most merchandise and the most attention. So I believe that if there is one that's going to be utilized more so, it will be her. She does obviously fight Captain America. We know that. So she will get a prominent fight in the film. I think that they'll all get something, though, as far as fighting is concerned, except for Ebony Maw. I think that he's going to be mainly used as a knowledge character, not one that's actually going to have like a legit fight. But going over the actual figure, this figure is great. I really like this one. I think it's really solid. It's very unique from your average Marvel Legends figure. It's talking about her head sculpt to begin with. I think it does look quite cool. Now, we don't have a ton of images of her. We get one very quick shot of her in the trailer, so it's kind of hard to see. But we do have the statue, of course, that they're using to render the characters that they did show off, and that's kind of where I did compare it. And it does look to be, really similar in its look, of course. I think the Proxima Midnight's design is just a little bit too plain out of all them all. I kind of like the other ones more. They just have a neater look to me personally. I like her eyes being outlined in red. I think it's very cool. I will say that if you have a couple on the shelf, to make sure to look at the eyes as far as where they're positioned. They also may be painted very well, but some of them have oddly positioned eyes. So this one turned out pretty nicely, though. She has the red dots all over her head, and then the hair is quite nice there. Lots of detail in there, although it's all just one solid blue. But I think that blue kind of fits in. It's dark enough that it doesn't really need like highlights in it, so I do think that looks decent. Going over the actual body here, it's completely detailed with these kind of swirling effects in it, which I think is very nice. I will say that just in, like comparing it to the statue and in the film images that we've seen, she looks like she's wearing more cloth than this. This almost looks like it's her skin. It doesn't quite look like it's cloth, on top of anything. So I will say that that's something that's a little off, but I do like the fact that there's tons of texture throughout it. Very well detailed, and I like the fact that she's got armor pieces, but only in some places. It almost looks like cybernetic attachments, similar to Nebula, and of course Nebula is also a adopted child of Thanos, which apparently Proxima Midnight in the film will be as well, so that kind of fits that design there. She comes with one accessory being her staff that we do see, every figure of her come with, as well as this is the staff that she does throw at Captain America in the trailer of the film. I do think that it does look quite nice. I like the gold that they went with. I've seen the staff painted many different colors, depending on the figure and depending on the statue and everything. But I do think that this is rather accurate. If it's not accurate, I do like it at least. It's got like a shimmery kind of dark gold look to it, which I think is very cool. And there's some good detail in it. And the end does have the 3 spikes. The spikes aren't super even though. That's one thing I'll say, that they're off. So definitely look in package and try to get one with the most straightest or the majority of the spears there as straight as possible. That's definitely going to be necessary. As far as her articulation, it's pretty standard for Marvel Legends. She has a ball hinged neck, which can look down very far. Hair doesn't restrict it at all. She can look up, not a ton. The hair does restrict it, and then of course side to side. She has ball hinge shoulders with a bicep swivel. She has double hinge elbows, which is actually kind of uncommon for a female figure. Usually the female figures do not have double jointed elbows; they just have the hinge swivel, so that's very nice and unique. And she has hinge swivel wrists. She has just a swivel torso, which is definitely a shame. That's something where she is lacking, is in the torso, because it's just a swivel. She has ball jointed hips, which can kick out very far and can go to the side very far as well. Swivel thighs, double hinge knees, and hinge pivoting ankles. Sometimes the pivots, or the hinge on the ankle is it's clicky, so that's like a point, and then the next point is like here, and therefore you can't get it in every single position that you'd want, and therefore she could rock a bit on your shelf. She has fallen on me once before, so that might be something to look out for. I do love the fact that her other hand is sculpted open. It really works for different poses, especially with the spear. Having her hold her hand out like she's about to throw the spear works very nicely, so I do like that quite a bit. The one really cool thing about this figure is how freaking big it is, because you might not be able to tell right here, but this is a very large figure. Bringing in a Captain America figure to compare her with, as you can see, she towers over him, like very big, definitely surprisingly tall. I really didn't expect Proxima Midnight in the film to be this large. I figured that, you know, Proxima Midnight might be slightly taller than your average character, but she is like really tall, more than a head taller than Captain America, and Captain America is a very standard size Marvel Legends figure, so you can definitely get a good comparison there of the height difference, so that's very cool. On display, you know, all the statues together, Cole Obsidian, it towers over all the other, Black Order members, and therefore that just leaves me to think, how big is the Cole Obsidian Build-A-Figure that they're making going to be? That actually might be a really big Build-A-Figure, which is very cool, so I'm very excited to see that. Again, I'm super happy that they did make Proxima Midnight, and I'm really hoping that they don't stop with her and Cole Obsidian, considering he will be the Build-A-Figure of the next wave. I'm very excited for that, but I do hope that they do make Ebony Maw as well as Corvus Glaive in future waves, or just in a 2-pack. That would be wonderful as well. So there you go. Overall, I love the figure. Would highly recommend it if you're a fan of the Black Order, or you're looking forward to Thanos' minions in the film. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of the figure, and thanks so much for watching.